Welcome back to Physics Teacher. Here's a question from the Euclid contest. It's a grade 12 math contest from Waterloo University. This is from the year 2021. And it says, for some real numbers m and n, the list 3n squared, m squared, and 2 all times n plus 1 all squared consists of 3 consecutive integers written in increasing order. Determine all possible values of m. So pause the video here, give it a try, and we'll be right back for the solution. Alright, so what's important here is to realize that these are consecutive numbers. I don't know what they are. It could be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13. But if we take this third number, 2 times n plus 1 all squared, and we subtract that first number, 3n squared, that's going to give us a value of 2, no matter what it is. If it's 7, 8, 9, 9 minus 7 is 2. If it's 21, 22, 23, 23 minus 21 is 2. Right? And that's because they're in consecutive. Alright, so now we can solve for what possible values of n we have. So let's expand this bracket here. We're going to get n squared plus 2n plus 1. And we still have this minus 3n squared. And now we can distribute the 2. So we have 2n squared plus 4n plus 2 minus 3n squared equals 2. So these 2's are going to cancel. And 2n squared minus 3n squared is going to give us minus n squared. And then we still have this 4n equals 0. So factoring out a negative n, we get negative n times n minus 4 equals 0. So we have 2 possible values of n. N could be 0 or n could be 4. Now we don't want the possible values of n. The question asks for the possible values of m. So let's look at both these cases. First, what if n equals 0? Well, if n equals 0, you can see our first term here is going to be 0. Our second term is m squared. And our third term, well, if n is 0, we have 1 squared, which is 1 times 2, so we have 2. So in this case, m squared would equal 1, because they're consecutive, 0, 1, 2. And therefore m, take the square root of both sides, could either be plus or minus 1. But that's not all the values, because we have our other case, what if n equals 4? Well, if n equals 4, we look at our first term, 3 times 4 squared. That's going to give us 48. Our second term is m squared. And our third term, if we substitute n as 4, gives us 50. So, in this case, m squared is going to equal 49. Take the square root of both sides, and you get m equals to plus or minus 7. So therefore, all the possible values for this to be true is either m equals 1, negative 1, 7, or negative 7.